Yo, what's up, YouTube? And welcome to Logic X Sampling School. This is the first part of the sampling school. So, if I were you, I would pay attention and soak up what I can. That way you can take over the world and make tons of money and buy whatever you want and sleep with whatever whore you want. Anyway, you know me, I don't do too much talking. We'll get straight into it. So, this episode, we're going to go over the flex and the flex slicing. The flex and the flex slicing feature on Logic X. These features only work for Logic X. Logic X, I think, is $1.99 in the App Store, or you can get it however you live. Anyway, so the first thing you want to do is have a sample, and I'll play mine.
Oh, hear my plea, baby. All I care about is you. Take a heart, a broken heart, wrap it up and send it home to me. Take a dream, a lover's dream, hold it and cherish it tenderly.
I'm going to play my whole sample. Excuse me. Okay, so once you have the sample, oh, and a disclaimer, I heard this doesn't work past 32 bars. So if your sample is more than 32 bars, it will not work. I haven't tried it myself. Maybe I'll try it after this video so I can put it in the description, or you can try it yourself. But I heard it doesn't work past 32 bars. I don't see why it wouldn't, but just a disclaimer. So if you guys are trying to chop something more than 32 bars, you heard it from me that it might not work. So you might want to have to, or you might have to lower, well, shorten the sample that you want to sample and do it in sections, whatever. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is hit this button right here. And this is the flex tool. And another thing you're going to have to do after you hit that flex tool is hit the flex tool enabler right here on your track, like so, and it's going to analyze the audio. And this could be fast or slow depending on how much RAM you have on your computer or your processing speed. The guys with the 16 gigabytes and up will see this go a lot faster. It doesn't really take that long. I have 4 gigs on my laptop right here, and I don't really have any hiccups or problems, but the faster the processor, the faster the RAM, the faster your computer works. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is, it's going to be on polyphonic auto at first. So what you want to do is go down to flex time slicing. Okay, and you're going to see it shift over a little bit. I don't know exactly what it does, if it's tightening up the transients or what, when it shifts like that. But that's what it does. And the next thing you want to do is left click. And if you don't have a mouse, what you want to do is hit Control and click and go to slice at transient markers. And you're going to see your sample sliced up. And this is very, very accurate. It even gets rid of the dead space. This is the most accurate auto slicing that I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so what you want to do next is highlight all of the audio and hit Control E. And it's going to bring up a new sampler track. This creates a ESX24. So you'll see create zones from regions. Leave it on regions. EXS instrument name. It's going to, by default, it's going to name it the name of the sample, whatever you have your sample named as. So that's why you have All I Care About Is You in mind. You might have whatever. You can change the name if you like, for you guys to like to stay organized, or if you guys are doing sample libraries or something like that. Then underneath that, it'll have the trigger note range starting from C2 going all the way to G8. Now, this limits you to 128 zones. So if your sample is more than 128 zones, even if you go down and up octaves, some of the samples aren't going to be there. And I think that's why it says you can't chop more than 32 bars. So maybe that's the reasoning behind that. So as long as you're under 128 zones, you're okay. So the next thing you want to do is click OK. Alright, and it's going to analyze the audio again. And like I said, depending on how fast your computer is, how long this will take. Doesn't really take that long. Okay, now what you have here is a ESX sampler with your samples chops in them. And I'll play it. And it's going to play the same way as the audio did because it's continuous zones. So I can mute the main audio and I can play the sample. And now it's chopped up across your keys or your drum pads or whatever. Okay, so there you have it chopped up. Now, a couple things to keep in mind that you might not know. To be able to hit one key and have it sustain and not cut off so fast, you want to turn the release up on it. Now with the release up, the samples are going to play continuously until the end of that audio file. So to avoid overlapping, you want to go from poly, which is the default setting, to mono. And this will allow you to hit one sample, and when you hit the other sample, they'll cut off. Alright, and that's that. And I won't teach you guys how to program samples or to make hot beats. I refuse. I'm giving you the tools to achieve that, but I won't show you anything more. Not being a jerk, but I don't want to limit you guys. I think you should experiment on your own. And the last thing I want to show you is how to speed it up and slow it down. And you can do that by the tune right here. You can tune it fast, or you could tune it really, really slow, or you can leave it normal. And that's the first lesson. The key to doing this fast and accurately is by practice. You'll have to watch this video a couple times until you get it memorized. But the video's here. Pass it along. Share it. Tell your friends and act like you found it out. But the main thing is to pass on the knowledge, because there's a lack of that. When these programs come out, the people that don't really need the help get the help. And what I mean by that is, when Logic X comes out, they send a guy to a super producer's house from Apple, from Logic, whatever, and they show them all the tricks, and they don't tell anybody. But I'm here to tell you guys. And like I said, I sat on my keyboard. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. You can follow me on Twitter at Dante Lewis. And that's that. If I don't really do a lot of twittering, but I lurk a little bit, you can find me on Instagram at $1 Million Lewis. Or you can email me at contact@alldayexcellence.com. I have that all in the descriptions. My Twitter handle, my Facebook handle, my Instagram handle, and my email. I hope you guys learned something. Peace.